Good morning students. Today we will study about potential energy and kinetic energy. In this topic, I am going to cover differences between these two types of energies and the conversions of one form of energy to the another form. First, difference between the potential and kinetic energy. As we have discussed about these two energies in the previous videos also, that energy possessed due to state of rest and position is the potential energy, whereas kinetic energy is that energy which is possessed by the body due to the state of motion. Potential energy is the work done on the body to bring it to state of rest or position, whereas kinetic energy is equal to the work done in moving the body initially from rest. Potential energy can change only in form of kinetic energy before converting to any other form of energy, whereas kinetic energy can be changed in any form of energy. Law of conservation of mechanical energy. We have learned about the law of conservation of energy, which says that energy can neither be created nor being destroyed, but can be converted only from one form of energy to another form of energy. Same is here for the law of conservation of mechanical energy. We cannot create it, we cannot destroy it. We can do one thing, that is, in absence of friction, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. We can change from potential to kinetic energy, but the sum always remains constant at each instant, right? So it will only convert from potential to kinetic or kinetic to potential. Now the conversion of potential energy to kinetic energy. So we have number of examples, out of which the basic one I'm going to take here. In changing the position of body from ground to height h, it will possess kinetic potential energy. Because of the change in position of the body will have only potential energy when it is raised to height h. But when it is dropped from that height, what will happen to the potential energy? When we are going to drop the body from height h, that potential energy starts converting into kinetic energy. Now the body comes in motion, so potential energy is converting into kinetic energy. So when the body will strike the nail placed on the wooden box, that kinetic energy is going to do work on the nail, due to which the nail moves into the wooden box. So here in this case, potential energy is first converting into kinetic energy, not directly to any other form of energy. Potential energy converts to kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy will does work on that nail. Second example is the example of spring. If we are going to compress or we are going to stretch the string. So here I have taken the case of wound up spring. So a wound up spring has potential energy because of its wound up state. I have changed its shape or size, so it has potential energy. As the spring unwinds itself, the potential energy changes into what? Kinetic energy. Same we will have for the case of stretched spring. If we are going to stretch it, again it will possess the potential energy. And if you are going to release that, that potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy, due to which it will regain its original position. Next is the case of falling body. So let us consider a ball placed at height h. It has potential energy only when it is at position A. Why? Because of the change in the position. Now when I'm going to release the ball from position A and it will reaches the position B, what will happen to that potential energy? Potential energy is converting into kinetic energy. So at position B, the ball will possess both the energies, potential energy as well as kinetic energy. But when it reaches to the ground, means the position C, it will possess only kinetic energy, because the whole potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Next is the case of swinging pendulum. In this also, I have a pendulum stretched with the rigid ball. So when I am going to displace the bob of the pendulum from its mean position A to position B, it will gain some height from the mean position, and that let us consider it as h. So due to change in the position, now bob of the pendulum will possess potential energy only when it is at position B. So when I'm going to release it from the position B, it will come to position A. So that potential energy gets converted into which? Kinetic energy. So due to this kinetic energy, it will reaches to the position C, because at point A it has maximum speed, due to which it will go to position C. And all this kinetic energy again gets converted into which? Potential energy, because here at position C it is again at same height h. So in this case we are having the same conversion, potential to kinetic, kinetic to potential. We have other examples also for conversion of potential to kinetic energy. For example, in case of roller coaster, the same is happening over there. Production of hydroelectricity also. Water in dam is stored at a height, so it will possess the potential energy, and when we are allowing the water to fall on the turbine, that potential energy gets converting into kinetic energy, due to which the turbine gets rotated and it is attached to the axle of the dynamo, and hence the electricity will be generated. In case of stretched bow also, falling of the stone from some height, and we have many more other examples also. Now we will consider the different forms of energy. So we have many examples of transformation of different forms of energy. First, mechanical to electrical energy. So that we have discussed, production of hydroelectricity is basically what? Mechanical to electrical energy. Mechanical to heat energy. In the same production of electricity, hydroelectricity, the water also strikes the ground. Part of water also strikes the ground, and the part of kinetic energy changes into heat energy. So we can say that this is also an example for the mechanical to heat energy. Now the mechanical energy to electrical energy that we have discussed, that is the dynamo, and the reverse of it, when we have to convert electrical energy to mechanical energy, then we also have the motor. Now example for the electrical energy to heat energy is electric iron, and heat energy to electrical energy is for thermocouple. We are using this thermocouple in many electronic devices. Now next is the electrical energy to sound energy. We have loudspeakers, in which electrical energy gets converted into sound energy. The reverse of it, that is sound energy to electrical energy, we have microphone. We are speaking in the microphone. Our sound energy, the microphone is going to convert it into electrical energy. Next is the chemical energy to light energy, lighted candle. Reverse of it, light energy to chemical energy, is photosynthesis due to sunlight. Next is electrical energy to light energy, lighted electric bulb, and the reverse, light to electrical, is photocell. So we have the examples for energy conversions. Now in these conversions, we have few important points, that is, whenever mechanical energy changes to other form of energy, it is always in the form of kinetic energy. It means potential energy will not directly convert into any other form of energy. It will first come to the kinetic energy, then it will changes its form from any other energies. Second point, while transformation of energy, the entire energy does not change into the desired form. See, we don't have 100% perfect things. So a part of energy is always converting into other forms of energy. For example, a part of that energy is converted or lost into the surroundings, or it will convert to the undesirable form. For example, if we have the light energy, if you are going to switch on a bulb, and after few minutes if you will touch the bulb, what you will feel? You will feel the bulb is hot. Why? Though the electrical energy is converting into light energy in that, but along with that light energy, a part of electrical energy is also converting into the heat energy. That is the reason we feel the bulb becomes hot. So, which is not desired form of energy. Desired form of energy is only the light energy, but 100% electrical energy is not converting into the 100% light energy. A part of it is converting into the light energy, and the rest of the energy is also converting into the heat energy, which is undesired form of energy, which we cannot use, right? So this conversion of desired form of energy along with the undesired form of energy, right? I mean to say, if we have to convert one form of energy to another form of energy, but along with the desired form we have some undesirable form of energy also, this process is known as the dissipation of energy, right? It means production of the undesirable form of energy along with the desired form is known as the dissipation of energy, and that undesired form of energy which is going to be wasted, that energy is known as the degraded energy, or you can call it as dissipated energy. So these two are the important points which you have to remember forever. This is all about for today's class. Thank you so much.